Hi everyone. Let's deep dive into the conflict resolution for Scrum Masters. So, as a Scrum Master, every Scrum Master should have this very specialized skill of like conflict resolution because everywhere you go into the team or organization level, there will be always conflict in the teams or our cross-functional team, or you will get into the situation where you have to jump in and like you have to try to resolve that conflict as a scrum master for your team, and there will be more than 90% of the time where there will be interview question. How do you resolve the conflict as a scrum master? So this is one of kind of like responsibility to scrum master to resolve the conflict in their team. So let's deep dive into it. So let's understand first, conflict is a signal, not a problem. As a scrum master, conflict isn't something to fear. It's a signal that something important needs attention. It reveals what your team cares about: quality, timelines, ideas, or ownership. In this guide, we'll explain the psychology behind conflict resolution and walk through three real world scenarios you can apply in interviews or on the job. So let's see what you will learn: how to reframe conflict as a positive force, the four levels of three interview ready resolution techniques, your essential conflict resolution toolkit. So let's start. So, how do you reframe conflict in agile teams? What conflict really means? Let's understand that. Conflict doesn't mean people are fighting, it means people care. They care deeply about quality, timeline, and ownership. So, what is the cost of ignoring of this conflict? So, it can go towards the lower productivity, hidden resentment, decision paralysis, team burnout. So, what as a scrum master, what is your role there? Just don't avoid conflict. They surface it safely, create environments where disagreement becomes productive dialogue. Okay, let's go about the four levels of conflict. Not all conflicts created equal. Understanding the type of conflict you are facing is crucial to choosing the right resolution strategy. So let's go one by one. Let's go with the data conflict first. So data conflict is like there could be misunderstandings, missing information, or incorrect assumptions resolved with clarification. Second type of conflict is a process conflict. So it is a disagreements on how work gets done, workflow methodologies, or team practices. Next one is relationship conflict. So there could be some in the team like emotional tensions, personality clashes, or trust issues between team members. And fourth one is a value conflict, clashing core beliefs, priorities, or fundamental approaches to work and collaboration. So, what we have to adapt from this four type of conflicts? So, we need to identify the conflict level first. The solution for a data conflict won't work for an emotional or value based conflict. So, we need to understand what type of conflict it is first. Okay. So let's go into the understand real world use cases. So I'm going to give you three interview ready conflict scenarios with proven resolution techniques you can apply immediately. Let's start. So developers versus QA. So there are like a scenarios, when the team has like a developers and QA. So suppose the developer is marked the story as a done, but QA fails it for missing test cases. Both team members feel frustrated and misunderstood because at the team level we have to deliver that, and there could be some blame game going on. So in this kind of scenario, what understand, so this conflict type is a process and plus data. So bring them together, No mediation through Jira comments. Face to face conversation builds understanding. Review definition of done. Ask clarifying questions. What does done look like? Compare expectations with actual work. Team led solution. Let the team, not you, decide what adjustments to make going forward. I facilitated a short working session. The team realized their definition of done didn't include test automation. They updated it on the spot. After that, QA and dev conflicts dropped by 70% because expectations were aligned. So, what here we understand, as a Scrum Master, we need to make sure like the definition of done is correct. So, whoever don't know the definition of done, like we need to check that what are the steps we need to make sure the definition of correct for the story. So, what is the takeaway? So, most conflicts are really alignment problems, not people problems, right? So, this story is not aligned correctly. Take the second use case: product owner versus team. Scenario is conflict type is prioritization and expectations. The product owner pushes the team for more velocity. Developers feel pressured and accuse the PO of micromanagement. So, the resolution path for this: invite both parties to an conversation using actual velocity and capacity data. Ask the team to explain the risk of overcoming PO to share the business reason behind the pressure, negotiate a commitment that and support business needs. So, as a Scrum Master, we have to come up with this resolution path, and this conversation start flowing in with team and PO. The Scrum Master action: I use the last six sprints throughout data to show our stable capacity. Once the PO saw the numbers, the pressure stopped. We introduce weekly scope checkpoints to ensure controlled reprioritization. The power of data. Data reduces emotion. Transparency reduces assumptions. Numbers create a shared reality that both sides can work from. So, takeaway from: data reduces emotion, transparency reduces assumptions. Let's take the third use case: senior developer standoff. My approach is better. So, conflict type is relationship plus value. Here, the scenario is two senior engineers disagree on design approach. Conversation and approach. Conversations turn into heated arguments during refinement. Team morale drops as the tension escalates. So, as a Scrum Master, our responsibility is like pause the debate, shift from emotional reactions to structured, objective thinking, evaluate objectively, use a decision matrix or spike time box to evaluate both approaches with clear criteria. Team based decision: let the team vote based on facts and evidence, not egos or seniority. And retrospective learning: hold a short retro afterward to address communication styles and team dynamics. So, as a Scrum Master, I introduced a 2 hour spike. Both developers documented pros and cons. The team voted unanim- unanimously for the simpler solution. In retro, both senior developers agreed that structured evaluation avoided personal bias. So, takeaway for this is conflict often reveals hidden power dynamics. Structure brings fairness. So, let's talk about your conflict resolution toolkit. Essential tools every Scrum Master need to handle conflict effectively and transform them into opportunities for team growth. One on one conversations. Create safe spaces for individual, prospective sharing, and emotional processing. Psychological safety. Regular check ins to ensure team members feel safe expressing concerns. Structured decisions. Use spikes, metrics, and time boxes to evaluate options objectively. Team agreements. Establish clear definition of ready, definition of done, and working agreements to prevent conflicts. Empathy based facilitation. Listen deeply, acknowledge emotions, and guide toward mutual understanding. Data driven discussion. Use velocity, cycle time, and capacity metrics to ground conversations in reality. Let's talk about turn conflict into positive changes. Conflict is not the enemy, but the silence is. The job as a Scrum Master isn't to eliminate conflict but to transform it into positive change. When handled skillfully, conflict becomes the catalyst for stronger teams, clearer processes, and deeper trust. Master these techniques, and you will turn every disagreement into an opportunity for growth and collaboration safely. Create environments where disagreement is welcome and productive. Build understanding. Use conflict as a bridge to deeper team alignment and clarity. Drive improvement. Transform tension into momentum for continuous team evolution. So I hope you have value from this video. If you like it, please like and